Yoso Bhagava Arahang Samma Sambuddho. To the Blessed One, the Lord who fully attained perfect enlightenment, Svakato Yena Bhagavata Dhammo, to the teaching which he expounded so well, Sopatipanno Yassa Bhagavato Savaka Sangho, and to the Blessed One's disciples who have practiced well, Dhammayang Bhagavantang Sadhammang Sasanghang. To these the Buddha, the Dhamma and the Sangha, Ime Sakari Hiyatarahang Aropidehi Abhipuchayama. We render these offerings our rightful homage. Sadhu no Bhante Bhagava Suchira Parini Putopi. It is well for us that the Blessed One, having attained liberation, Pachima Janata Nukampa Manasa, still had compassion for later generations. Ime Sakari Dugatapana Karapute Patikanhatu. May these simple offerings be accepted. Amhakang Dikaratang Hitaya Sukhaya, for our long-lasting benefit and for the happiness it gives us. Arahang Samma Sambuddho Bhagava, the Lord, the perfectly enlightened and blessed One, Buddhang Bhagavantang Abhivadimi. I render homage to the Buddha, the Blessed One. Svakato Bhagavata Dhammo, the teaching so completely explained by him, Dhammang Namasami, I bow to the Dhamma. Supatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho, the Blessed One's disciples who have practiced well, Sanghang Namami, I bow to the Sangha. Handamayang Buddhassa Bhagavato Puvapaganamakkarang Karomase. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Homage to the blessed, noble, and perfectly enlightened One. Homage to the blessed, noble, and perfectly enlightened One. Homage to the blessed, noble, and perfectly enlightened One. Handamayang Buddha Pituting Karomase. Yoso Tathagato Arahang Samma Sambuddho. The Tathagata is the Pure One, the perfectly enlightened One. Vichacharana Sampanno. He is impeccable in conduct and understanding. Sugato, the accomplished one. Lokavidu, the knower of the worlds. Anuttaro Purisa Dhammasarati. He trains perfectly those who wish to be trained. Satati Vamanusanang. He is teacher of gods and humans. Buddho Bhagava. He is awake and holy. Yo imang lokang sativakang samarakang sabrahmakang. In this world with its gods, demons, and kind spirits. Sa samana brahmaning pajang sativa manosang sayang abhinya sachikatava pavidisi. Its seekers and sages, celestial and human beings, he has by deep insight revealed the truth. Yo dhammang disisi adi kalyanang mache kalyanang pariyo samna kalyanang. He has pointed out the Dhamma, beautiful in the beginning, beautiful in the middle, beautiful in the end. Satang sabyanjanang kevala paripunnang parisodhang brahmacharyang pakasisi. He has explained the spiritual life of complete purity in its essence and conventions. Dhammahang bhagavantang abhipujayami dhammahang bhagavantang sirasa namami. I chant my praise to the Blessed One. I bow my head to the Blessed One. Handamayang Dhamma pituting karomase. Yoso svakato bhagavata Dhammo. The Dhamma is well expounded by the Blessed One. Sanditiko, apparent here and now. Akaliko, timeless. Ihipasiko, encouraging investigation. Opanaiko, leading inwards. Pachatang viditabo vinyuhi, to be experienced individually by the wise. Dhammahang dhammang abhipujayami, dhammahang dhammang sirasa namami. I chant my praise to this teaching. I bow my head to this truth. Handamayang Sangha pituting karomase. Yoso sopatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho. They are the Blessed One's disciples who have practiced well. Uchopatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho, who have practiced directly. Nyayapatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho, who have practiced insightfully. Samicipatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho, those who practice with integrity. Yatitang chata ripurisayugani attapurisaphogala. That is the 4 pairs, the 8 kinds of noble beings. Isa bhagavato savaka sangho. These are the Blessed One's disciples. Ahuneyo, such ones are worthy of gifts. Pahuneyo, worthy of hospitality. Dakineyo, worthy of offerings. Anjalikaraniyo, worthy of respect. Anuttarang punya ketang lokasa. They give occasion for incomparable goodness to arise in the world. Dhammang Sanghang Abhipujayami. Dhammang Sanghang Sirasa Namami. I chant my praise to this Sangha. I bow my head to this Sangha. We continue on page 77. Handamayang Dhammagaravadigathayo Panamasi. Yicha Atita Sambuddha Yicha Buddha Anagata Yochitarahi Sambuddho Bahunang Sokhanasano. All the Buddhas of the past, all the Buddhas yet to come, the Buddha of this current age, dispellers of much sorrow, Sabe Sadhamma Karuno Viharing Suviharanti Cha, Atopi Viharissanti Isa Buddhana Dhammata. Those having lived or living now, those living in the future, all to revere the true Dhamma. That is the nature of all Buddhas. Tasmahi attakamina mahatam abhikankata sadhammo karugatapo sarang buddhana sasanang. Therefore, desiring one's own welfare, pursuing greatest aspirations, one should revere the true Dhamma, recollecting the Buddha's teaching. Dahi Dhammo Adhammo Cha Ubo Samavipakino Adhammo Nirayang Niti Dhammo Papiti Sungating. What is true Dhamma and what not will never have the same results. While lack of Dhamma leads to hell realms, true Dhamma takes one on a good course. Dhammo havirakati dhammacharing, Dhammo suchinno sukham avahati, isa nisangso dhamme suchinne. The Dhammakas who lives in line with it and leads to happiness when practiced well. This is the blessing of well-practiced Dhamma. We continue on page 69. Handamayang kema kema sarana gamana paradipika gatayo panamase. Bahung ve saranang yanti bambadani vanani cha. Ara maroka chetiani manusa payatachita. To many refuges they go, to mountain slopes and forest glades, to parkland shrines and sacred sites. People overcome by fear, Nitang ko saranang kimang, nitang saranam uttamang, nitang saranam agama, sampadukha pamucchati. Such a refuge is not secure, such a refuge is not supreme, such a refuge does not bring complete release from suffering. Yocha bodhancha dhammancha sanghancha saranangato chattari arya sacchani sammapanyaya passati. Whoever goes to refuge in the triple gem sees with right discernment the Four Noble Truths. Dukkhang dukkha samupadang dukkha sacha adhikamang aryanch atangikang mangang duk upasamagaminang. Suffering and its origin and that which lies beyond, the Noble Eightfold Path that leads the way to suffering's end. Itang ko saranang kimang, itang saranam uttamang, itang saranam agama, sampadukha pamucchati. Such a refuge is secure, such a refuge is supreme, such a refuge truly brings complete release from all suffering. We continue on page 71. Handamayang aryadhana gatayo panamase yasa sadha tathagate achala supatitita silanchaya sakaliyanang aryakantang pasangsitang. One whose faith in the Tathagata is unshaken and established well, whose virtue is beautiful, the noble ones enjoy and praise. Sanghe pasado yas ati uchuputan chadasanang adalido titang ahu amogang tassa jivitang. Whose trust is in the Sangha, who sees things rightly as they are. It is said that none in vain and undeluded is their life. Tasma sadhancha silancha pasadang dhammadasanang anuyunchita medhavi sarang bodhana sasanang. To virtue and to faith, to trust, to seeing truth, to these the wise devote themselves, the Buddha's teaching in their mind. Yeah, very good. Some people have come to take refuge in a triple gem and the 5 precepts for the new year. And see if anyone is okay to lead the requesting. Malika is back. Okay, good, sure. Just check the page. Just a moment. No. 128 is the page. 128. Okay, the requesting is 126 and the actual visitation is 128. Yeah. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddhang saranang gacchami. Dhammang saranang gacchami. Sanghang saranang gacchami. Tutiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami. Tutiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami. Tutiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami. Tisarana gamanang nittitang. Panatipata viramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Adinadana viramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Kami sumichachara viramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Musavada viramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Suramiraya macha pamadatana viramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Imani pancha sikkhapadani silena sugating yanti, silena bhoga sampada, silena nimbuting yanti, tasma silang visodai. Yeah, Anumodana for coming, especially to the monastery on the first day of the new year, to take refuge in the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha and the 5 Precepts for 2023. Yeah, by taking refuge in the Triple Gem and the 5 Precepts for the new year, we remind ourselves what is most important in our lives. That our confidence, faith in the Buddha, that's as a teacher who realized awakening and comprehended causality, and his teaching, the Dhamma, confidence and faith in the Dhamma, the principles and the way of practice that he discovered. And then he, after he discovered it for himself, then he taught it to other people. So we take his teaching as highest guiding principle in our lives and aligning our actions to it. developing our actions so that they're more and more in line with the teaching, so that we gradually become an embodiment of the Dhamma ourselves, of this quality that the Buddha was teaching. Now, confidence in the faith in the Noble Sangha, the confidence that there are people who have practiced the Dhamma correctly and realized it themselves, and we can apply and practice the teaching of the Buddha just like they did, and realize it ourselves, and follow their example and become noble disciples ourselves. If we don't have an aspiration or an aim how we want to live our lives, how we want to act, what kind of person we want to be, then we just end up becoming something. We just interested in this or interested in that, of going here and there, but there's actually no aim. They're just floating along somewhere, actually not knowing where our actions will lead us. But if we have this aspiration to take the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha as the guiding principles of our life, then we have this the Dhamma's principle as guiding principle, and so because of that we align our actions by body, speech and mind gradually more and more according to this principle. And when we have the aspiration to keep the 5 precepts for 2023 or for the rest of our lives, when we keep that in mind, we develop sati, mindfulness. We have to keep in mind these precepts and reflecting whether our actions are in line with them or not. And so in this way we develop both virtue and also mindfulness. We not reflecting about the actions, the Buddha says we gradually purify them and develop them in a more wholesome direction and train ourselves to keep these 5 precepts. Then also our citta, our heart, our mind becomes different and develops more wholesome tendencies. Also, another benefit is that other beings can feel safe in our presence, and they notice that you are a harmless and gentle and trustworthy person. And also we have a positive influence on society or our family or friends. But the more people observe the 5 precepts, the more peaceful and more harmonious society will become in general. But the most important function of virtue of sila is that it leads to cessation, nirodha. Cessation is a synonym for nibbana, like we chant in the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, the dukkha nirodha, the cessation of dukkha, nibbana. If we observe these 5 precepts, then our heart becomes gradually freed from coarser forms of desire, aversion and delusion. And this way, virtue, these precepts they lead us closer to liberation, to liberate the heart from defilements. So the Buddha gives a nice discourse in the Anguttara Nikaya about the result of the confidence in the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha, and the precepts. Uttara Nikaya, Books of 5, Sutta number 32. So saying that the confidence in the foremost refuge objects leads to the foremost or the highest results. And for example, he says, to whatever extent there are beings, whether they have no feet or 2 feet or 4 feet or many feet, whether they're form or formless, and the Tathagata, the Arahant, the perfectly enlightened one, is declared the foremost among them. And those who have confidence in the awakened one have confidence in the foremost. And for those who have confidence in the foremost, they will realize the foremost result. To whatever extent there are phenomena that are conditioned, the Noble Eightfold Path is declared the foremost among them. And those who have confidence in the Noble Eightfold Path have confidence in the foremost. And for those who have confidence in the foremost, they will realize the foremost result. To whatever extent there are phenomena, whether conditioned or unconditioned, dispassion is declared the foremost among them. Those who have confidence in the Dhamma of dispassion have confidence in the foremost. And for those who have confidence in the foremost, the result will be the foremost. And then to whatever extent there are sanghas or groups, the sangha of the Tathagata, of the Tathagata's disciples, is declared the foremost among them. The 4 kinds, the 4 pairs of persons, the 8 kinds of individuals. And those who have confidence in the sangha have confidence in the foremost. And for those who have confidence in the foremost, they will realize the foremost result. To whatever extent there is virtuous behavior, the virtue loved by the noble ones is declared to be the foremost among them. That is, when it is unbroken, flawless, unblemished, freeing, praised by the wise, ungrasped and leading to samadhi. Those who fulfill the virtue loved by the noble ones fulfill the foremost. And for those who fulfill the foremost, the result will be the foremost. And so the Buddha pointing in this discourse that if we have this confidence to the foremost refuge objects, then, and we align our actions according to this principle of the Dhamma, then as a result of that, we will realize the foremost results in terms of punya, in terms of good karma and results that we experience, and ultimately the foremost results that he's pointing to is then obviously the realization of the Dhamma itself. This is then also called a fruit, a result, and these are then obviously the foremost results in terms of the ones which really are liberating. Yeah, so may our confidence in the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha and the power of the Dhamma practice lead you to the highest results. The fruit of stream entry, the fruit of non-return, the fruit of one's return, and the fruit of arahatship, ultimately. That ultimately the foremost result is realizing the same liberation that the Buddha himself realized under the Bodhi tree. So wish you all the best for Dhamma practice and happy 2023. Here we have another occasion for after the meal we have a parita chanting, if you want to stay for that. So you can listen to the teaching of the Buddha in Pali, if you like. And so basically we have just, after the meal we have just say a little bit for 5 minutes or so, and then we do the parita chanting, and then people can come to receive parita strings as a reminder to their connection with the Triple Gem. And yeah, if you like to stay on, you can also stay for the afternoon. We have then the usual afternoon session from 3 to 5 with chanting, meditation and Dhamma talk. So if you like, you can spend the first day of the year with Dhamma practice. It's very auspicious, and wish you all the best and see you soon.